McClyde, everybody.
Definitely was 9 months pregnant when she sang that on the album, too.
I'm kind of embarrassed. So the part was written for Devin the entire time, and Devin was very, very pregnant. And we were in the recording studio, and she was, I mean, her intestines were just pushed up so far, and I was just being so mean, just being like, I think we need to do another take. And she was sitting there in the sound booth just like, I think I might give birth in this sound booth right here. To this day, I still feel bad about it. And I tell that story because I feel like we've established a strong circle of trust, like I was saying before. If anybody has any other instances where they felt like a jerk sometime, we'll pass a mic around and, you know. This next song is on our new album that's for sale. By the way, I think we sold a lot of those Faustian Spaghetti Western rock operas just now with that performance. We got it for sale over there at the merch booth. But this next song is on our new album that came out last year. We were supposed to play the festival last year and promoting this brand new album of ours, but I got COVID like 3 days before the tour, and so we didn't get to play last year. So we're just going to pretend that it's Juan DeFuca 2022 right now. We got a brand new album that we just came out with, everybody, and we're happily about to sing you a song off this album, but of course, it's a sad song. This song I wrote the day after John Prine passed away from COVID-19. I'm sure we have some John Prine fans here in the audience tonight. Now, when John Prine passed away, it was pretty difficult for me, and I feel like John Prine fandom as a whole is kind of a very personal type of fandom, and I don't know if you all agree, but I don't feel like, you know, people go get together and do a bunch of drugs and listen to John Prine like the Grateful Dead or anything like that. I think it's more of like a, you know, when you're coming down off your drugs at home by yourself, you put on John Prine. And so when he passed away, I felt like I'd lost a family member because he had brought me so much in moments where I felt so alone. And also because when I was a little kid, my dad used to sing me to sleep to Angel from Montgomery every single night. And I thought that my dad wrote that song until I was way too old. I was actually in college, and my buddy picked up the guitar, and he was like, I am an old woman. And I was like, how the hell do you know that song? He was like, that's John Prine. I was like, of course it is. Hold on, I gotta go call my dad real quick. But anyways, you know, so John Prine followed me, you know, most of my childhood. I didn't even realize it. And playing the music that we play, you know, we've been fortunate enough over the years to be able to play festivals with John Prine. And yes, of course, when I say play festivals with John Prine, perhaps our set was Friday morning at 10 a.m. and his was Sunday night at 8 p.m., but it still counts. Yeah. You still get that backstage wristband, and it lasts all weekend. So you can drink all the free beer and eat all the little snacks. And we did that. And one year in particular, we played with John Prine at the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival in San Francisco. We were off the clock at 11 a.m. on Friday, and we had our wristbands all weekend long, so we drank all the beer and ate all the free snacks until Sunday. And on Sunday, I got one of our bandmates' wristbands and I gave it to my dad, and I brought him backstage. And we got to go all around and schmooze and drink all the beer, eat all the snacks, and talk to certain rock stars and mistake them for other rock stars and embarrass ourselves. But there was a moment around, the evening time where we got a call from our roadie, Gutter, and he said, "Hey Sam, you gotta get over to the stage right now. I got a surprise for you." And so we got backstage to the main stage, and he was like, "I got you side stage for John Prine." I was like, what? And so me and my dad, Devin and Chandler, we all went up and we got to stand side stage for John Prine. There's 25 million people in the crowd. Like 6 of us upside stage watching John Prine. And as the sun was setting over Golden Gate Park that evening, he went into Angel from Montgomery. And the thing about John Prine in that year, that was 2017, and the thing about John Prine at that time is that he had had cancer and had part of his throat removed, and so his voice was this little whisper, and that's all he really had left. But I think that that's the best that John Prine has ever sounded, because he wrote songs as a young man that only an old man can sing right. And so once he got to that age, those songs really resonated true more than they ever have before. And everybody, all 25 million people in that crowd knew it. And everybody came down to a hush. And he whispered, I am an old woman named after my mother. And as he did that, all 25 million people whispered along with him. And it was the most beautiful, I mean, I got goosebumps right now, actually. You can see it right here. Just talking about it, it was one of the most beautiful moments in my life. Now, I've since found footage of this on YouTube. And if you look over on the corner of the screen, side stage, you could see, kind of blurry, like two stocky, swarthy men just holding each other and bawling their fucking eyes out. And that's me and my dad. Because that was our full circle moment when we got to finally see that together. And it was, I mean, oh my God, it was a beautiful moment. I'm just going to stop right there. Thank you. So when John Prine passed away, I wrote this song. I couldn't sleep that night. I got up at 4 a.m. and I wrote this song before the sun came up. And one of the things that was very special is that at the Cape Wolf Music Festival in California last year, they did a tribute set. Oh, hey, there we go. They did a tribute set to John Prine where his son and his brother played a whole tribute set. And I got asked to open the entire festival on the main stage right before they went on to play this tribute set. So I got to tell this story to his brother and his son and Fiona, and just, it was, you think that when you get that full circle moment, it doesn't keep going, but it does. And I hope that it still continues to go, because this story following me through my whole life, and I hope it never ends. So this is my tribute to John Prine. The song's called John Prine. This morning I woke before the sunrise. I couldn't sleep after finding out last night you had died. Tossing and turning from one side to the other. I poured myself a cup, not a moment too soon. I got to see as the sunlight crept into the room. But this new dawn was a little darker than those I remember. Hello, me through to God and keep him on the line. I got a friend, I want to make sure he made it all right. Down here, he goes by the name John Prine. I can hear you breathing all the way from the other side. I can hear all the songs you've been singing from all of us who won't ever let them die. Whispering angel from Montgomery. Turns out living wasn't such a hard way to go. How could you ever have known that when you died low, that Montgomery's angel had flown? This morning I woke before the sunrise. I couldn't sleep after finding out last night you had died. Cut down in your prime and then put out to pasture. Josh wrote me saying, what are we proud, write songs in his name, and send them off to happily ever after. Oh, hello, operator, I know it's been a long time. Could you patch me through to God and keep him on the line? I got a friend, I wanna make sure he made it all right. Down here, he goes by the name of John Prine. Oh, hello, operator, I know it's been a long time. Could you patch me through to God and have him send me a sign? I got a friend, I wanna make sure he made it all right. Down here, he goes by the name of John Prine. John Prine.